And just we were talking about this being primarily a walking track, or seemingly a walking track. Somebody just came flying by me running. So I guess you can run on this track. You just got to do it carefully. There I am on the Sapphire Princess. It is May of 2024. Wow. Time flies. It seems like it was only yesterday we were on there, and here we are putting together the September 2025 experiences video for the Sapphire Princess from Princess Cruises. Day at sea. We're supposed to be in Ketchikan right now. Instead, we're out here, still going up the coast. I think the captain said earlier that we still had like 400 nautical miles to go before we would get to Juneau. And so at the speed that we're going, we're not going to get to Juneau until like early afternoon tomorrow. And now originally Juneau was going to be like an 8 a.m. arrival and an 8 p.m. departure. And I'm going to guess that they're still going to hold to that departure time, because otherwise that would mess up the arrival into Skagway the next morning. So from this point in the cruise, Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay, right? And then we were supposed to do College Fjord before arriving in Whittier, but College Fjord has been taken off the table. So half of the stuff to do is not going to happen. Okay, cool. So coming up in front of us, this is where you swing around to the back of the ship. So kind of down that way. And Maria is way back there. She's like, so look down the port side of the ship here from deck 7. Get a good look at some of the wave activity going on. You look at the horizon, you can kind of see how much, you know, it's like, not too much pitching and rolling, but it's mostly just that, you know. These modern cruise ships, you wouldn't be able to see it from up here, but somewhere down there they have like these wings that come out from underneath down below the waterline to help keep the side-to-side rolling to a minimum. So they probably have those deployed. Get some good photos.
Yeah, where she said she's going to be is literally at the bow, right?
Yeah, that whole front area, okay. Which makes sense now that we see it. Yeah, that whole area up there. She's going to be up there early in the morning. What's that?
It's kind of a big high seat.
What? Yeah.
Normally the water's like, oh, it's way down there. Right now it's like, it's right here.
Yeah, well, we're on a lower deck.
We are.
Yeah. Please check the mirror before turning the corner.
Oh, yeah. They have this on
Oh, look, 3 complete circuits.
Yeah, okay. So somewhere in one of the maps it was calling out as the walking deck.
Yeah.
They saw when the lady passed it was a running deck.
Oh, yeah. And so now we come into the area where you get your wake view.
There's no chairs back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, they're not really, you're not really meant to sit back here. Because there's no chairs back here. Right? So, you come around the corner there, and you just keep on going. And so some of the ships, when you get back here to this area where you got the wake view, you've got some chairs and some seating going on. But here, not so much. So you can stand back here and enjoy the wake view, but you don't have any chairs to just kind of sit here and camp out. I don't know if you could go get some chairs from somewhere and bring them out here. They probably don't want you doing that. So you can enjoy the wake view, but you got to do it standing up. But perfect opportunity for a photograph. And I mentioned earlier we got Canada about 15 miles-ish off the starboard side of the ship. You might be able to see it on the horizon right about there. We got pretty good visibility today. Yeah, they probably don't want you sitting out here, though.
There's chairs on both sides, but not back here.
Not back here, yeah.
Maybe this is narrower. It does look like it might be a little bit more narrow. So.
Yeah, they probably just don't want people sitting back here.
You have to take the gloves off in order to do all that?
Well, because with the microphone on the side, it's hard to grab the screen to flip it back up.
Oh.
So
you'd have to be doing that when we're out and about as well.
yeah. Well, if I got gloves on, I got to take them off for a second to flip the screen. So
I can't see anything on that screen with these glasses on.
yep, you're right there. Trying to perfect the gear that we're going to wear tomorrow and I guess in Skagway. Skagway, we're doing a train excursion though, which we've always wanted to do, where you ride the White Pass Railroad or whatever that is in Skagway. So hopefully that doesn't get canceled and that still happens. It's our second time to Alaska. First time was 2019 Ovation to the Seas Royal Caribbean. That was a 7-night round trip out of Seattle, which I would not advise doing. I mean, there are pros and cons. The 7-night round trip out of Seattle was easy in the aspect of like flying into Seattle and then flying home from Seattle. For the flights are slightly easier. But the problem with the Seattle cruise is that you don't see as much because you can only go so far north. Skagway is it. You go to Skagway and then you basically have to go back to Seattle. And so it was all right. That cruise we did Juneau, Skagway, Endicott Arm, Dawes Glacier, and then that was it. It was sea days to and from Seattle. This one is a northbound passage, Vancouver to Whittier. So a little more complicated because you fly into Vancouver to start the cruise, and then you have to fly home from Anchorage. And to get to Anchorage, you have to go like by bus or by train from Whittier up to Anchorage. And so we're going to do by bus. Because the problem with the train is the train only runs once a day, and the timing of when the train runs would basically make it almost impossible to get off the ship, take the train to Anchorage, and fly home from Anchorage that same day. You would almost have to stay in Anchorage overnight and fly home the next day. But by bus, you could be from Whittier to Anchorage in about 2 hours. So that's what we're going to do. And I've lost Maria. She's way back there. So, not a lot of vloggers on this cruise, apparently. I'm about the only one with this type of equipment that I've seen. So, a couple of people with some nice cameras for photos, but video stuff, I'm probably it for this cruise. So, first cruise on Princess, and initial thoughts are that we definitely like it. Love the stateroom. Love the staff. Staff are very attentive. It kind of feels like they're sort of everywhere, like trying to see if they can help you out or do something for you or whatever. Upgraded to the Princess Premier plan that includes like everything. All the drinks, photos, gets you access to the Serenity Spa up on the upper deck. I mean, it's everything. So we spent the money, upgraded to that. That was worth it, I think. Yeah, she's way back there. I might even do, I guess we'll go back. But love the stateroom. Power outlets everywhere in the stateroom, which is actually pretty cool. Something that Royal Caribbean could learn a lesson or a thing or two from, because the Royal Caribbean ships, yeah, you go in the stateroom and there's like a power outlet or a set of power outlets, and that's it. And it's, ugh. Now the newer ships, we have not been on the Icon yet. And the newest ship that we've probably been on was Ovation of the Seas, which came out in 2016. And I don't remember what the situation was there, but the older ships, power was definitely an issue in the stateroom. This ship was built in 2004 and yet does not have that problem. Very well designed staterooms. Love the buffet. Just everything so far has been top notch. You get all your photos and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to zoom in on all that over there. I don't know how well it's going to look.
Oh, Canada.
I saw some guy come out with a nice DSLR taking some pictures.
Yeah, I've seen some people on here with some nice camera equipment,
Yeah.
like, really getting some photos going.
I can't believe I didn't bring binoculars. Or buy a pair and bring. We don't even know.
Yeah, binoculars wouldn't have occurred to me.
I
And
wonder, we should look in the stores to see if they sell like a cheapy pair. I wasn't really looking for them earlier, so.
yeah,
And if
Anyway.
we find Joel and Catherine, they said we could borrow theirs. From time to time.
yeah, we met some new friends embarkation night, because we were sitting there in Vancouver waiting and waiting and waiting to see if we were actually going to leave, because we were kind of worried, like, is this a Majesty of the Seas kind of, or no, Radiance of the Seas? Is this another Radiance of the Seas thing where, because on Radiance, everybody got on board the ship and they were on there, 2 days, and then propulsion issue, and Royal Caribbean canceled the cruise and sent them all home. And so we were kind of like, as long as we can go somewhere. And so then when we finally left Vancouver, it was like, okay. But then, of course, you get the other side of the coin of like all your excursions are canceled because you're missing port stops. So, I don't know.
I feel like these life jacket cabinets here, are they wood like this on some of the other Royal Caribbean ships?
No,
They're
I've
like
never.
a plastic or something, right?
Well, yeah, this is a whole different setup. That's a little bit more of a throwback.
That's what I was going to say. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a...
She's talking about back here.
And they're nice, though.
Yeah.
You can tell they're very well stained and
Yep.
everything for the elements, but like the bench and the cabinets, I got a picture of several of them because they're just like, yeah, like a lot of things on this ship is very much, like you said, throwback.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tasteful.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's-
whatever they kept that when they did like upgrades and whatnot, whatever they kept is very tasteful. That arch in our stateroom
Mm-hmm.
from, the closet, which is awesome, that whole closet. area.
Yeah.
You know, you can dress in there or whatnot, and it's separated from the bedroom, and then of course your balcony and whatnot. So,
yeah, love the stateroom.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
they made really good use. It's like, I feel like saying, you know, back in the day they made staterooms, you know, made use of the staterooms.
The stateroom has one flaw: the shower.
Yeah.
Because the shower floods the bathroom floor.
Well, because it doesn't have the traditional door. It has the curtain, which
Yeah,
I
it has
like,
a curtain.
But I feel like that lip needs to be higher. But if you make it higher, it's that whole watch your step thing, and people can have issues getting into it. Of course, you have ADA rooms too, so you can put people in those. But
that was the only thing, is like the stateroom floods, or the floor of the bathroom floods.
I mean,
because of the shower.
And you're not moving the curtain around.
Yeah,
it won't.
I mean, it's still kind of you're in there in the shower, like, you know, I'm 6 feet, and I'm kind of like having to like, you know.
And that's probably what's happening with you, is you're hitting the shower. It's getting
it's hard. It's hard not to hit it, you know. Yeah. And then you get out and you're like, there's just water all over the floor.
The shower head doesn't move. I don't know if you noticed that.
It does. It does move, but it doesn't move very easily.
Then I did not have elbow grease for it, because
it doesn't move very easily.
I didn't want to break it, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I left it where it was.
Yeah, it does move, and I actually like the controls, the 2 different knobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like everything about the stateroom, other than the fact that the floor floods when you take a shower. But beyond that,
the stateroom attendant has been cleaning it up every time. So.
And this is one of the things too that actually Princess, at least at this moment, still does twice a day maintenance on the stateroom. So he comes twice a day.
Yep.
There's a lot of cruise lines are going to once a day, but here in May of 2024, at least on the Sapphire Princess, he's still twice a day. So that's kind of cool.
He made mention that maybe he has friends on, did he say he has friends on like Royal or other cruise lines?
Yeah.
And he was saying like when they will move to once a day, they increase their stateroom.
Yeah, they have a higher stateroom count. So they have to do more staterooms.
So if he has 19 now, he would have like 25. It wasn't much more, but they would definitely increase their stateroom numbers that they have to maintain if they do it once a day.
Yeah.
And that's coming from his friends on another cruise line.
Yep.
So.
All right, so I think we're going to this kind of basically wraps up our ship tour, right? We've kind of been everywhere.
Spa, I mean,
well, yeah, that's true. That's true. We do still have to do the spa later on, so we still have some more.
There. I feel like there was something else, but close to being done.
Yeah.
So as you can probably tell, we record a lot of video when we go on these cruises, and this one is no exception. So we recorded so much video, just sort of doing like a little bit of a ship tour. As I was talking there with Maria out on deck, we were attempting to catalog like every aspect of the ship in order to do some videos for YouTube and everything, to kind of give like a full tour of the Sapphire Princess. And so that's what we were kind of referring to right there. So now it was about lunchtime here, day number 3. So you see us in the Horizon Court here getting a little lunch. It's a small venue. It's like a small area here to get food for the buffet, but plenty of seating, so it's kind of offset. And you know, it's a little cramped in here. It gets crowded very quickly, especially at breakfast in the morning. Boy, like on a sea day or other things where everybody's in here at the same time getting breakfast in the Horizon Court, it gets crowded quick. But like I said, plenty of seating, so that's kind of the good thing. And the food was very, very good. Excellent food. And interestingly, the Horizon Court on the Sapphire Princess, it also doubles as one of their specialty restaurants, because they have like a Brazilian steakhouse, or the Brazilian, I forgot the exact name of it, but they use one section of the Horizon Court for that. And so we did that one night during the cruise. It was about $30-ish a person for that specialty restaurant, and it was really, really good. They also do sort of kind of the afternoon tea. Right around 3 o'clock-ish, I think we had like some scones and with the like little jelly and the butter and whatever, and so that was pretty neat. So trying to make the most of the scheduled disruptions. I've touched on it at various times in different shorts and videos on the channel, but yeah, it was kind of like literally the morning of embarkation, first thing that morning when we were in a hotel in Vancouver, we were getting an email from Princess telling us that our embarkation was delayed because the ship was late coming into Vancouver that morning
up from Los Angeles where it was repositioning. And it went downhill from there. We were several hours late leaving. We didn't leave. We didn't actually pull out of Vancouver until 12:40-ish or something like that, like after midnight on day 2. And when we left, I mean, we were limping out of there. We didn't even hit the horn. It was just dead of night, pitch black, and we were just very slowly just creeping out of Vancouver. And then we were going very slowly from that point on. And so it was pretty evident early on that it was a lot of disruption on the cruise. And I've talked about this before, different videos and stuff, but they really did right by us. Huge refund on this particular cruise, and then the same dollar amount for future cruise credit. And so we put that money to good use, because October of 2025, we're doing a Canada cruise on the Majestic Princess, in large part, thanks to the cruise credit from this disruption on the Sapphire Princess. So we love Princess Cruises. We're a couple of cruises deep with them so far. We've got Majestic Princess coming up in October 2025. We've got the Regal Princess, I think, in May of 2026. And so I got a couple lined up here that you'll see right here in the buffet. Give you some good idea of the food options that are available for kind of just a typical lunchtime. This was around 1:30-ish, based on the timestamps from the files. Around 1:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, kind of lunchtime-ish, still in that sort of that window. So like I said, we record a lot of video. We try to give you the full idea of what it's like to be on the ship and all of the different things, and where some YouTube channels will do like an entire cruise in 15 minutes or something like that. We do the opposite. We record everything. If I'm walking around on the ship, you better believe you're going to see me with a camera in my hand, and that camera is recording. And so we come home with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gigs, terabytes of video, so that we can put together the most detailed vlogging experience and vlog episodes and things like that. The experiences video from the different cruises. And so that's kind of what we're doing right here. So after we wrap up eating, kind of milling around a little bit. Now, the interesting thing here is this is day 3. The very next morning, we were going to be, I think we were arriving, I forgot where we were arriving. Juneau or, I forgot. It might have been Skagway. I don't know. It all runs together. But the next morning, we were going to be up on deck very, very early before the sun even came up. And so this evening right here, this afternoon, evening, was going to be an early night for us, because we were planning on getting up super, super early the next morning. There was a naturist that was on the cruise with us, and they were announcing, that she's going to be up on deck 6 or 7 or whatever, up on the bow at 5:30 in the morning to do whale watching or something or other. And so we decided we were going to join her for that. So I have to get up super, super early for that. So we do a little bit more footage here in the afternoon, kind of milling around, getting something to drink, stopping by the Explorers Lounge. And Maria had her eye on a pair of binoculars over in the photo gallery area that she ended up buying. I don't know if she got a good deal on them or not, because I don't really know how much binoculars run, but she wanted them. They had them, and so they talked her into it. So you'll see her in a second when we go through area. If you can, that was one thing about the Sapphire Princess. They had really good photo. A little interesting, because they do the old school photographs where they're all printed. And you have to take the printed 8x10 with you on your, when you leave the ship. So there might have been a couple of digital kiosks down there, but you'll see here in a minute when we get down to the photo gallery, when she's going to go buy her binoculars, that all of the photos are printed. And it is like the old school approach to doing photography. We've seen that years and years ago on Royal Caribbean, where like every cruise, if you wanted a photo, you're buying the printed 8x10 and taking it home with you. And, you try not to let anything happen to it. And then, of course, you get home and you've got to scan the photo into a file in order to have a digital version of it. And it's never quite as good as if it was a digital photograph. And, but I'm talking years ago. Now everything is much different. And now, you can have the digital photographs. You can even download them right to your phone through the app and all kinds of stuff. So, but the Sapphire Princess is still old school with the printed photos. You'll see it down here in a second. But yeah, like I said, when all the plans get disrupted, it's just kind of like, okay, we got plenty of time here. What do you want to do? So, wrapped up the ship tour, wrapped up some lunch, and so now we're just kind of milling around on the ship a little bit. And again, this was May 13th, 2024, Cruise Day 3 on the Sapphire Princess from Princess Cruises. We need to go that way, but it's going forward. Oh. Take a left.
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to go into Club Fusion or whatever.
Nice people there. No TV's on.
Oh. Yeah, there must be something going on in Club Fusion. Yeah,
right there.
Fun. Oh, there we are.
I like that actually.
Oh, that's the one from the black background.
I don't want the printed one.
Well, maybe we're supposed to be able to do the digitals too.
No, I know. Or is this all of them?
Yeah, they're probably all together. Here we are. Sabatini's. Huge area. Had dinner there last night, Sabatini's. Very good. Here's the internet cafe. Did our live stream from there. Here's the little medallion desk where we bought our little wristband thingy. The photo gallery area here. And then straight back is Club Fusion. You can see Canada right there in the background, about 15 miles out. Yeah, seems like it. Okay, I'm going to be right over here. Oh yeah, I'll be.
All right, well then, ready, set, let's play. Our first ball of our first game of the afternoon is 074. That is 7 and 4 on the O-line. If that's a good start for you, say, give me more. Give me more. That's 074. All right, after 074, we have I-19, our top of the team on the I-line. I-19. After I-19, we have B9. How do you say no in German? 9, that's right, B9. After B9, is our first end of the game, N31. That is 3 and 1. We're having some fun. N31. Following N31, we have I-23. That is 2 and 3 for you and me. I-23. Moving back to the B line, we have B10, the first of our double digits, and our first happy dancer. One number away. Where's my happy dancer at? All right, so we have our first friends, one number away. That last ball was B10. Up next we have I-28. That is 2 and 8 on the I-line. I-28. All right, if you're one ball away, shout out the ball that you need on the screen. Ready? 1, 6, 3, 47. Let's see if that made us way up here, Kate. Our next ball is B7.
I want to do the bar downstairs at 5.
Our next ball is B11. Our pair of sexy legs. That is B11. After B11, we have B6.
Bingo.
B6.
I suppose you can look on any of these, right? Just see kind of.
No. Just show it who they are. These are coolers. You want to go this way or just the regular? Yeah, we're going down to 5th, down to 5.
We can do everything today.
See if they have.
What are you looking for?
Binoculars. And just looking at other things.
I want to get something. Okay.
Still relatively early, so. Well, this is a good area.
Yeah. All the stuff.
I'm interested in trying that.
Yeah. There's all the sweets up here.
Cherry humble pie.
I'll do it.
Is someone sitting there?
No? I don't think so. Crafted
No, but that sounds really good.
Oh, the baked Alaska. You notice the prices?
Mm-hmm. Lower.
Yeah.
What are you getting?
Beers. Oh, they got Stella. Let me get Stella.
Just give me a second, I'll be with you.
Sure.
There's a Woodford, first of all, first point, there's a Woodford Princess private label whiskey.
Uh-oh.
First point. Second point is that I might have to try that.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour, use the agave. Is that? Instead of the sweet and sour, use the agave. I got wine. It sounds almost like it's Indian fuego. Yeah. Well, you can make it in this margarita glass. Okay.
Here, deck 5. We're deck 5, midship. A little something to drink here. You're doing, what are you doing there? The cherry?
Mini cherry pie.
Cherry pie of some sort. It's good. So right through this little sequence right here, I hadn't planned on narrating any of this, but YouTube, being the ever constant pain in the ass that it is,
has identified this little background music playing over here in the bottom, the Centrum area here, as some song, of course, you've never heard of, and it's flagged it and blocked the video, so I have to talk over it in order for the video to be displayed on YouTube, which is always fun and always a constant pain in the ass to deal with whenever it happens, because heaven forbid we have background music that we have absolutely no control over. So anyway, we are here down in the little photo gallery area here on the Sapphire Princess. You'll notice this theme of like the wood paneling. It's everywhere, really. If you notice in the video, if you kind of pay attention to the video, you see it all over the place. It's in the stateroom, it's in the hallways. It's just sort of the motif of the ship, as it were. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful ship. It was about 20 years old at the time that we went on this cruise in May of 2024. I think it launched in 2004, maybe 2003. I can't quite remember, but pizzeria over here. Yeah, you see the guy making it from scratch. We had lunch there one day. It was really good. Had a beer and pizza and sat over there by the window with a good view of, out there on the sea and everything. And so that was pretty cool. Your main dining rooms, a couple of them right around to the left over there. And this is kind of a neat little area. You come around this corner, boom, there's the piano player. You got your musicians and the band playing right there. And so, pretty talented band on our particular cruise. They played a lot of different things, a lot of different genres of music and stuff. And we saw them a couple of different times throughout the cruise, a couple of different settings and different events going on down here. And so they used that area down there at the bottom. I think it's the Centrum, the bottom of the Centrum for, all sorts of performances and events and games with the passengers. And you see some people dancing right there as we're getting ready to go up in the elevator here. So Sapphire Princess from Princess Cruises, and day number 3.
Promenade, deck 7.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I don't know anything about binoculars, but I mean, would these work for
bird watching, whale watching, neighbor watching.
or what watching?
Neighbor. Well, I will explain it to you. So we have the number over here is 10 by 42. And basically 10 is the magnification, how far. This is 10 times, and 42 is the diameter of the binocular itself. So if you go at here, this is like 16 by 32. So this is 16 times. And the smaller this one diameter of the lens. This one is 10 by 50. It's like 10 times, but bigger. And there's also more lights coming inside.
Okay.
And this is the
Monstrous.
This is 8 by 50, but there's like 8 to 24, so it has a zoom here, so you can zoom to 24.
Oh.
Yes. So basically, when you buy the binoculars, they made to be adjusted to your own eyes. Like you can bend it over.
Oh, private event. Another private event.
Huh?
Another private event at Club Fusion. Plaques.
So that's 139.
Captain speaking. As promised earlier, with 5 o'clock, or closing after 5 o'clock, broadcast and update. As a matter of fact, 20 past 5 p.m. So, where we're standing at the moment, we are making quite a good speed at the moment. We've been managing to improve the speed since early morning. At the moment, 16 knots. This doesn't mean that we'll stay like that, but just I'll give you the positive news. At the moment, the pilot boarding, so for Juno, the pilot boarding happens quite far away from Juno itself. So we're looking into arriving at the pilot boarding ground tomorrow morning by 8 a.m. at what we call Cornwallis Pilot Station. 8 a.m. taking the pilot and then proceeding into Chatham Strait. Chatham Strait is just the outer approach into the Tongass Forest National Park, and then continuing into a north initially, then northeasterly direction toward Stephen Passage. After we take the pilot in, we'll pass about an hour and a half after that, we'll pass the Brothers, two small islands, quite famous here in the Tongass National Forest. Then, as I mentioned, Stephen Passage, continuing in a north-northwesterly direction toward the Gastineau Channel. Gastineau Channel being the last part of the approach towards Juneau. So now this is the plan as it should go. Latest update for our itinerary changes and the arrival Juneau. As we stand at the moment, we're looking into early afternoon. When I say early afternoon, I would say between 2 and 3 p.m. This can change for good or can change for a little later, but I'm quite confident that we should stay within this time frame at the moment. If any change, we will let you know. So with this new arrival time, we are able to offer a modified version of our exciting shore excursion program for Juneau. However, guests who have booked Princess Juneau shore excursion that cannot take place due to our later arrival will automatically receive a credit on their own onboard account. So in this case, there is no need to visit shore excursion guest services desk for your refund. So in case you booked and it doesn't happen, you will be refunded automatically. As I mentioned, the approach tomorrow will be quite nice. The Tongass National Park are quite famous. We'll do this in daylight. Normally it would be during hour of darkness. So tomorrow at least we will do this during the daylight. The Tongass are bordered by the Pacific Ocean on the west and by the coast mountains, and the Canadian border on the east. It is a lush greenery of the Tongass National Forest spans for over 500 miles of southeast Alaska. This comprising the largest intact temperate rainforest in the world. The Tongass is a place filled with island and salmon streams, where towering mountains sweep down into thick old growth forest and granite cliff, drop into the deep fjord. So we'll be able to see at least some of this as we go tomorrow. At roughly the size of West Virginia, the Tongass National Forest is also the largest national forest into the United States and home to approximately 70,000 people living in 32 communities. This including the state capital of Juneau. So this will be part of this, of course, on the way in Chatham Strait and Stephen Passage tomorrow morning. You'll be able to see a good part of this. Also, this is an area where it is not uncommon to see and spot marine life, mammals like whales. So definitely we'll keep you informed in this. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to evaluate our ship speed and capabilities, we have made the incredibly difficult decision to adjust the itinerary to allow us to preserve what we can ensure. our timely arrival to Whittier, Alaska. This is quite important because it would have a much more significant impact on everyone. While we can maintain our plan to call to Skagway, Alaska on Wednesday, we will no longer conduct our scenic cruise of Glacier Bay on Thursday. Apologies for this. We understand this is not the voyage you had looked forward to, and we share in your disappointment in these changes. You will receive a letter a little later tonight in your stateroom that outlines these changes and the compensation package that you will receive as a result of all those changes. Sapphire Princess team appreciate your understanding and flexibility as we continue to work through these issues. Ladies and gentlemen, the team on board really fully appreciate your disappointment, and so they try hard to make it up for whatever it is possible, at least to give you best service we can provide.